can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Start it.
What episode are we on?
We're on episode 11.
Oh, 11. Sydney.
Sydney Bursky episode.
Do you want me to do the intro?
We're already rolling.
We're doing the intro already. Well, welcome back to episode 11 of the Panther Soccer podcast. We are super excited. We are 3-0. We have a lot to talk about.
3-0.
We have a lot to talk about this episode, but first, it's episode 11. Sydney Bursky.
Bro, most underrated player on the team. She had
3 goals, 3 assists last season. Our most productive freshman.
Yep.
And
No, Sydney Bursky, like I said before in earlier episodes of the podcast, I'm really sorry about your part getting cut out of the documentary. That sucks. Like, especially for how much time we spent interviewing her. She's a character. She's just a very enjoyable person to just talk to, and like, she's very passionate about UNI women's soccer. Well, I would hope so. She's on the team, but like, you could see it in her face. Like, every time like we talk about her and her team, like her face lights up. Like, oh yeah, we played really well this week. I think we have a good chance. Like, you could tell that she has just a massive passion towards UNI women's soccer.
yeah.
Almost as big of a passion as we do.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, she's probably coming close to us.
I just bonked my knee.
So, as we said in the intro, we have a lot to talk about. Since the last time we've done a recap, they played 3 games. We are proud to report that we are
3-0.
3-0.
3-0.
It's nice to know that the players deliver on their promises to us.
They're undefeated still.
Yeah.
As said in episode, I don't even remember. Episode 5. Jay Lee and Caroline were like, we're winning every game.
Yeah.
No losses, no ties. 3-0.
3-0. I mean, that's just incredible. We had a crazy game. We're recording this just a few hours after the game against Southern Utah. We will get there, but that is just a wild game.
We're living on a life high right now because of the game. Like, we'll get to that.
We will get to that. So our first game was St. Thomas. That was actually our regular season opener on the road on the 17th of August. So St. Thomas, what do we know about them? We know that we lost to them 3-0 at home last year.
That game sucked. Like I said earlier, I didn't think they were that good. I just think we played really badly against them last year.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we basically proved my point that, hey, they're not that good. We can beat them in their own barn.
Yeah.
Because, like, But anyways, you go.
No, I think it was a good result to flip the result, losing 3-0 at home and then winning by 1 on the road is good. I think most importantly, we didn't allow any goals. And then Morgan Barnett came to the rescue here with the goal to open the regular season scoring for us. And can I just say, it's great to have Morgan back playing on the team because it's been quite a hot minute.
It has been, because she was a regular rotating player 2 years ago for her freshman year. And, like, it was a freshman. Like, she did her job.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like, nothing really stood out. Like, she didn't look like a high-end player, I guess. Wait, that sounds mean. Is it mean? I don't think it's mean. Like, she D1 athlete, better than any of us could do. And then in the spring of that year, she dominated. She only played 3 out of the 4 games, but scored 8 goals.
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, I'm like, where's this Morgan Barnett coming from?
Exactly.
Like, we saw none of this in the previous fall.
Mm-hmm.
And then got injured right before the Iowa State game of that spring, and then missed the entire fall season of last year. So as soon as I found out that, hey, she's coming back, I'm like, we're going to win again. Well, we were winning. We're going to win more often with her. She's a very good forward. I think we have the best set of 3 forwards in the conference between Olivia Kneffley, Lauren Heinch, and then Morgan Barnett.
Yeah.
Like, those 3 are just tearing it up so far.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that, but
Also going to say Macy Smith off the bench, which we will definitely get into.
yeah, I just want to say we probably shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. Also, like I said in previous episodes now, Marissa Gross is looking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
I think she's one of the players on the team that, like, I just feel like almost all of her touches are, you can just tell she's at the next level. And she's been playing about half the game. I don't know if she's started yet, but she's coming off the bench playing almost half the game, so she's getting really good solid minutes for a freshman player, and just waiting for the first goal from her in the regular season. So
She did say in episode, what are we on? She did say in episode 10 that she is going to get a header goal at some point this year. There's been 3 games that hasn't happened.
yeah.
Yeah.
She did have a very slight header. It's actually only a few feet from the goal, I think versus Viterbo, but there was just, it was awkward. She kind of had to bend down to get it, and if she has to bend down, it's probably too low for a header, but there wasn't much power behind it, but it's okay.
No, I'm
So-
pretty sure Marissa started it against Viterbo. I guess we're about to look at those stats, but yeah. And the unfortunate thing about the St. Thomas game, because I feel like we can't really give much of a report because neither of us were there.
Oh, she did.
And I wasn't gonna pay $20 to watch the live stream.
Yeah.
No chance. So
All right, so St. Thomas, like Brady said, is expensive to watch, so I just kind of watched the live stats. There's got a few standouts. Our entire defensive line played all 90 minutes. So we're talking, obviously, Caitlin Richards in net, but then we had
Allison Whitaker,
Allison,
Olivia Boll, Maddie Soleric, and Caroline Hazen. Don't even need to look at the stat sheet.
all 90 minutes, which to me is just kind of crazy. I think most people, well, there were only a few subs that game, looking back, but
Yeah, only 6 substitutions the entire game.
Yeah.
Or 6 players off the bench that came in at some point.
yeah, I just think that stands to the testament of how a stronger defensive line might be this year. And I'm actually, every game I watch, I'm going more increasingly confident. Obviously, returning Maddie Slurk and Allison,
Yeah.
I don't have any problems with them. Well, Caroline's kind of new to the position, I think. Well, definitely on this team. And then Olivia is a freshman, but I think there's a few mistakes here and there, but a very strong defensive line.
Yeah, I feel like we've been hyping up Olivia Boll and Marissa Gross a lot in these past few episodes.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been incredible.
Maybe we're super biased because as of today, they are the only freshmen that have ever been on the podcast. Moving on to Viterbo.
Yep. Well, Morgan Barnett had that goal versus St. Thomas, the game winner.
The only goal
I
of
don't
the
know if you
game and
mentioned
the only
that.
goal we needed. Also, from my understanding, based off the stats, it seems like, one last thing about St. Thomas, it seemed like Caitlin played really well. I mean, 7 saves. Like,
Yeah.
that's a pretty productive day for a goalkeeper when you're
Yep.
making 7 saves.
Definitely. So, next up, we have the Viterbo game. So this was our home opener. First off, let's just talk a bit about our organization. We had a great turnout
Oh, yeah.
due to the scarf giveaway, and it was blistering hot, so the numbers kind of dwindled because, let's be honest, it wasn't much of a competition.
Well, yeah.
But overall, good game. 3 goals in the first half, 6 in the second half. What do you got about this game?
Well, I'm going to more refer to the student section here, but we forced a substitution.
Yeah.
Like, their goalkeeper was, well, granted, she gave up 2 goals pretty early in the game, says 13 minutes, 36 seconds.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, like, I truly believe we are the ones that caused that substitution. Because that goalie was not having it with us that day. Also, what's up with the attendance? 85? Is that a joke? There were 60 of us in the student
see
section.
that.
You're telling me only 20 Terrans showed up? This is a joke. But anyways, I don't think that's right. But anyways, it's cool to see some different starters in the game. Because we had Riley Chestnut, who we've never seen start before, started. Kinsey Orr started. I think she was a defender. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And then Marissa Gross got her first start.
Mm-hmm.
And then Denise Camarena. I can't pronounce the last name. I'm sorry, Denise. That's the second time I've messed up your last name. She said that she might be part of the podcast at some point.
Nice.
So that'll be exciting.
There you go. Yeah. We got 8 different goal scorers.
Well, no, 7. Because the own goal. Because Lauren had 2, right? Yeah. Lauren had 2, so we had 7, and then 7 different goal scorers. And then the 9th goal was an own goal, which I think is pretty controversial. Because I think Jay Lee should have gotten credit for that goal. she shot the ball and got deflected. Like, I think an own goal in soccer should be where the player, like, kicks it, or if it goes off of their foot and goes into their own net, rather than, like, gets deflected and goes in. I don't know. That's my opinion. I think Jaylee Hicklin deserves the 9th goal of the game, deep in my heart.
I think it was an own goal, but
Okay.
we can agree to disagree. First off, though, so maybe we're down to 7 goal scorers now.
Yeah, we are.
8 if you want to count Jaylee. But you never.
We're counting Jaylee.
You would never guess who scored the home opening goal of the season.
Stop.
That's right. My favorite player, Caroline Hazen, scored just 7.5 minutes into the game, which is kind of crazy. Followed up by that goal just 4 minutes later by Riley, and then a couple minutes after that, their keeper was subbed. So subbing a keeper off after 2 goals when we go on to score 9, that's kind of brutal to the backup or just whoever came in second, I suppose.
Okay, Ashley Harrington did get credit for a goal. For whatever reason, I thought they didn't give her credit for the 3rd goal, but they did.
Mm-hmm.
And Mackenzie Orr with the assist. It's good to see Mackenzie Orr on the stat sheet. Like, I feel like she's a very underrated player. I feel like she's very underappreciated because, like,
Yeah.
I felt like she played really well last fall.
Mm.
So I'd like to see her get more playing time. But so it's good to see her, like, stand out amongst the stat sheet, get the start. Yeah. But yeah, Riley Chesna with potentially the goal of the year.
We definitely have to find the replay on that because it was a laser, if I remember right.
According to the report, it was a 100-foot shot.
Yeah, that's just crazy. Because I remember saying something to whoever I was standing next to when she shot that. I'm like, Riley Chesna from deep, and then it went in. I'm like, there's no shot. Because it was from way out there. She could have kicked it from the dome.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, that was a laser of a shot. I don't know if we'll get the replay, but here's how it was scored, right? So she's like here. She's like, no! Why was it not working? What just happened? I don't know what just happened. Oh. We just deleted the whole thing.
Jesus Christ, Brady.
So she was like back here, and then boom. We just closed out.
Wow.
Dubs only.
Yeah. Well, maybe while we're at a weird spot, we forgot to mention Marissa Gross.
What about her?
Marissa Gross for St. Thomas. Her first yellow card in the collegiate career.
I thought you were going to mention her assist, but yeah, that works too.
Yeah. So, yellow card. She claims the ref was out to get her. I was talking to her the next day. She claims the ref was out to get her. And that it was kind of like jersey tug type foul. And she got a yellow card for it. And I just forgot to mention that on our recap, but that's kind of exciting.
Marissa, I'm proud of you. You really stood up for yourself, and, you know, sure you got a yellow card out of it. Wait, we haven't seen the clip. We haven't seen anything from the St. Thomas game, except for Morgan's goal.
Yeah.
We're playing favorites now. Because of the goal, Marissa, I take your side on the yellow card.
There you go.
Even though she had the assist, not the goal. Assists are more important anyways.
All right.
Now
Just play them today. I guess we might as well tell them the result. They know.
Yeah,
if
they
they're
know.
watching this, you know.
Yeah, because
3-2, final time for UNI by the skin of their teeth, scoring just, I think, 2 goals in the last 3 or 4 minutes. And all 3 goals come back in the last 14 minutes of gameplay. Yeah, just crazy. So Southern Utah opened up the game in the 15th minute. I was there for this goal. They moved the game time ahead, so neither of us were able to catch
all of it.
all of it.
I've same none of it so far.
Yeah, I saw it all except the last 4 minutes or so of the first half. But they open up the game in the 15th minute. It was kind of a fast break, a counterattack, and to be honest, sort of pseudo counterattack, defensive breakdown. Caitlin just got beat on a pretty much one-on-one. And then I left probably just a minute before this goal, but they score again in the 43rd minute, so just a couple minutes before halftime. Low left is what we have on our stat sheet. And then the game remains like that until...
For quite a bit, yeah. Until the freaking Wow. 16 minutes left, or 14 minutes left is when we get our first goal of the game by Macy Smith. Okay, we'll get into this, and then we got another goal to tie it with 2 minutes, and I'm doing math real quick, 16 seconds left.
Yeah.
And then the final goal with 57 seconds left. Dude, I wish we could have gone.
I would have been going absolutely crazy.
We would have rushed the field. Well, if the game was at 1, we probably could have gotten like 10 people into the student section.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would have rushed the field. We would have been like bathing ourselves in baby powder out there, bro.
Just a crazy finish to the game. So we end up winning. We're 3-0. Lauren Heinz with that goal with 2 minutes 16 seconds left, and Macy Smith, the game winner, with just 57 seconds left on the clock. I wish I was there to just see the team. They're probably so excited.
I think it's kind of dumb that Southern Utah made 2 substitutions directly after they gave up a goal. Like, what is that going to do for you? Keep the players on the field. Keep the same 11 out there for that last 57 seconds, because they're the ones that are the most pissed off. They're the ones that want to fight back for that goal.
But that's chip on your shoulder.
I could go for some chips, good set of Sun chips or Doritos. Sounds so good.
Something interesting. So the stats will speak for themselves on this, but I actually thought UNI was the better team in the first half, and we did let 2 goals in.
Okay.
But
get into it.
We had some decent shots. I think there were at least 2 one-on-one opportunities. We failed to convert. If you just look at our stat sheets here, you see 15 shots on goal for UNI to 4 for Southern Utah. So
holy crap, their goalkeeper made 12 saves.
Yeah. So was it a rough day for Caitlin? Maybe. Obviously, I didn't see the second goal, but I think UNI had this game, always was going to have this game, but man, we did it in an extraordinary fashion.
Hey, better late than never.
Yeah.
I found it unique that only 2 players played the full 90, and Caitlin Richards, obviously goalkeeper. It's kind of rare to see a goalkeeper get subbed off.
Yeah.
And then Olivia Bull, freshman, playing her first full 90 minutes, I think, is her first time.
She wasn't subbed versus St. Thomas. And she played
all 90. Never mind. Okay, so what I just said does not matter.
Scratch it.
Scratch it. Healthy scratch.
Yeah, Olivia still looking really good out there. I'm very excited this year in conference play.
Olivia Knuffley with Bull or Knuffley?
Bull, but Knuffley,
with the assist
you look at that,
on the game winner.
Assist, 4 goals or 4 shots, 3 on goal. That's pretty solid. That matches Macy Smith's stats in both those columns as well. So both of those players shooting hot today. Obviously Macy with those 2 goals, but that's definitely promising from Olivia. Hopefully some of those will go in future games.
Is that right? There's no way Macy Smith scored 2 goals as a defender.
No, she subbed in for, well, this will tell us.
Oh, yeah,
but I'm pretty sure she subbed in for probably Lauren, maybe Ashley, I'm not sure. Today, also Marissa off the bench, another 46 minutes, very good minutes off the bench, and I think is probably in a strong running for a best bench player.
That's a hot take. I'm still sticking with Morgan on that one. Well, we have a very good bench. I feel like depth-wise, because Riley Chesna is she's proving to be a solid player out there. I mean, she got minutes today. She got, I'm assuming she didn't play St. Thomas, because none of our defenders got subbed off. Yeah, that would make sense. She rotated in to give some of our starting defenders today a little break. 2 days ago, because this will be up on Thursday. But and then Mackenzie Hood, she's still on the bench. Like I said before, I really like Mackenzie Hood as a defender, and I have a lot of respect for what she can do, and she looked great in preseason. She started both preseason games, so we still have Mackenzie Hood as an option. So just looking at how well we've been playing so far, it's making me feel, like you said, I'm feeling better week by week, because we're seeing how, as the season goes on, we're seeing what our depth can do. Because obviously, there will be injuries this year. There will be. We don't know who. We're not, God, who can tell us the future. That's controversial.
Oh man.
But there will be injuries. But as long as we have the depth, we should be fine. So I have loads of confidence for this team.
Yeah, and I was actually not too confident in our team depth after the Iowa State game because I think our starters played very well versus Iowa State those first like 10, 15 minutes. We started making subs, and our team, I'm not going to lie, in my eyes, got worse. The Iowa State game, I'm like, our bench is not that great this year, and I was nervous. They proved me wrong the past couple of games, and things are really looking up. We go take on, I guess, the day of this episode release, we'll be taking on Western Illinois.
Yep.
Our second road game of the regular season.
Yeah, so today, when this is up, it'll be 9 a.m., so a good chunk of the players will watch it on the bus, hopefully, I don't know. But, yeah, no, I guess we should get into our projections against Western Illinois. Based off of what I've seen from the Western Illinois schedule, I think I'm guessing like a 3-1 win. Because it was a 1-goal game against Chicago State for them, and from my understanding, Chicago State is one of the worst teams in the nation. So that's, a little sigh of relief, like, hey, they might not be that good. And then, I don't know their other results. I know we had a close game with them 2 years ago, the 4-3 loss in overtime. And that was a fun game, if I remember correctly. But, scoring 3 goals. But... and we had but we had a solid student section for that game as well. But no, I'm thinking 3-1 based off of just the loose stats I have. Is that right? Just the
Sure.
Yeah, the little amount of stats we have.
Yeah, I can't really say much about Western Illinois, but I do. Our team has been playing good. I mean, you look at the past, and even take out Viterbo. We're doing four goals through 2 games, so we're scoring pretty consistently against even like decent teams. I think as long as we're scoring, we're good. As we mentioned, we talked about it earlier. I think our defense is pretty solid, so I think as long as our forwards are putting in goals, we're gonna be fine. I guess maybe based off what you said, I'd put out like a 2-0 or something like that. I don't think we're gonna let in a goal, but we'll see what happens.
No pressure, Caitlin.
Yeah, the weather's still going to be quite hot, I think.
But they did push back the game to 5:30.
Yeah.
According to, one of the parents told me, like, oh yeah, I think it got pushed back to 5:30, and then I looked it up to confirm it, so yeah, 5:30. So, anyways, any last words?
I think it's great to be 3-0.
That's right. It's no longer.
Obviously, hearing the news coming out of class about the win today was just insane. I hope the team can keep up the momentum. I would just be interested to see. Our first conference game is on the road at Drake. That's kind of a tough game to open up your conference play with. That's a couple weeks down the line. So I think we keep on winning these preseason games, just keep on continuing to build confidence in our team. I think conference play is going to hopefully come a bit easier to us than last year.
That's fair. I wish the rankings were out, like the RPI all 352 team ranking, or I think it's 352, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I wish those would be updated by each week, because I'm curious on where we're at, because Southern Utah was a decent team. Based off of their ranking from last year, I think they were 182nd, which is about 80 places above us.
Yeah.
So, technically, our win today was an upset.
It was. I mean, we came back from 2-0 deficit.
That's true.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I guess we should wrap things up. Tune in next time for episode 12, where we interview Megan Bennington. No, it was a great episode.
Yeah.
We already recorded it. Sorry, Spencer.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, my bad. Any last words? I'm sorry. I feel like I already asked that.
Feeling a little closer to getting some metal on my finger.
Bro, should we send in Jamie our ring size now or later? Actually, I kind of want it. I want it on the index. No, index, that'd be weird. Yeah, fine. Right hand, ring finger.
All right. Well, you said we were wrapping things up 5 minutes ago.
Yep.
So, Let's go Panthers, and let's get a win today. If you're watching this on the day it releases.
We pointed at the same time. That's so good. All right. Got the camera. That was a good episode.
I like these. I'm going to print these out all the time.
Dubs only. Episode 11. We're 3-0. And screw Western Illinois University.
I think it's so funny we only had 3 shots on goal, but still won against St. Thomas. Well, like 7 shots to 16.